to the RPG Blender, where we give lesser played games or forgotten settings the roll of the dice they deserve. I'm your host, Game Master George, thrilled to welcome you to the end of this chapter in our adventure. Our characters have found danger within the ruined astral city. Can they avoid becoming part of its foundation? Find out as we leave the converging worlds of Dungeons & Dragons in Rejects and Dragons, the Doors of Sigil. Avarion, you see, as you have walked back toward them, away from the one spider, you see the other one make its way across the alley. You can see it again, emitting that filament. However, this one, you can see something else inside of it.
Oh no, is it a person?
Yes, it is a person.
Oh man.
You see the remains of a person inside of the bulbous body, being probably repurposed into whatever building it is doing.
I clap my hand over Damon's mouth as he was mid, and I point with my other hand over to where the spider is so that he can see it as it's making its way across.
Damon's eyes dart to the direction that he's pointing.
And then I will take that stealth check, Damon.
Uh-oh. Get ready for this big money, boys. Rolled an 11 for a 12.
All right.
I'm sure robot spiders don't see too well. I mean, it's not like they were programmed to detect, eat, and destroy.
I mean, this ruined city is not evidence of any of that, clearly.
Mm-hmm. As your attention is drawn to it, your eyes grow wide and the hand clamps over your mouth, and you see it turn to look down the alley towards you. And then we roll initiative.
I don't think it sees me. I'm not going to roll initiative. I'm staying out of this one.
Initiative. Gonna die to robots. I rolled a 7 for an 8.
I rolled a 14 for a 19.
Nice, some good rolls, guys. All right, that's everybody.
You're rolling, Rich. If you choose not to do anything, that's a different thing, but you roll your goddamn initiative.
I got a 5 for a 9.
Damn, that's a juicy initiative. A little +4.
Oh man, yeah, I'm the one in charge of this game, Sesh. I don't like this.
You sure are, buddy. No pressure.
Oh man, I have a bad feeling about using bone weapons against metal spiders. I mean, they're really strong bone weapons, but...
Oh, don't worry. I'm sure that magic that would harm living things will definitely be useful against robot spiders.
And then we enter initiative as it lets out a almost steam-like hiss. And Avarion, you're up.
I hiss back at it to assert dominance.
Smart.
That'll show it.
Yeah. All right. So I can move normally, right? As I would. So I can go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I still can't quite get to it. So I'm just going to move 20 feet.
I say maybe we should run.
It's about 40 away. This is the direction that I'm going is the creature that just turned the corner, correct? Or is the other creature?
The other creature is, yeah.
So that one hasn't necessarily noticed us yet, but it just heard a hiss. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay, so I'm going to make my way then past Damon towards the one that has clearly identified us and was behind us, so at least we know we can head back towards the hatch, potentially. So I'm going to move 5, 10, 15, 20, and then 25. I'm going to kind of stand in the middle of the alleyway. Thank you, that's the word. And I'm going to brandish my spear and shield in a defensive stance, kind of like in a phalanx position, like leaning back with my spear arched over the shield.
Okay.
And I will, I guess, ready an attack action. I mean, I can attack it as reaction anyways, but whatever.
Mm-hmm. Okay. You're not going to... Okay. Nope, that's fine. All right. So, next up, Levi.
Concerns me when he's like, you're not gonna, and then just trails off.
Yeah,
I'm like,
of course it does.
What? Not gonna use your potion of destroy mecha spider?
No, I will tell you what. So since you can normally do a reaction to attack it when it moves into your threatened range, you could take the dodge action as your normal action.
To make it so if it attacks you, it has to roll at disadvantage.
I didn't do that.
What dodge does?
Yeah, because you are actively trying to.
Yeah.
That said, if you would like to do that, you can do that.
I would like to do that. Okay. Baryon is ready to dodge this thing.
I don't think they're hostile, so I'm not going to attack.
I haven't attacked yet either. Maybe they'll just walk by us, you know? Maybe that's...
I'm going to take the hero's approach and stay hidden with my earlier rolled 22. No, I'm kidding. I get behind a Baryon.
Okay.
If I was a non-good character, I'd be in that barrel all night. I'd be like, y'all fucked up.
And that's
Found
it.
a barrel to hide in.
I don't know. I got a 22, so whatever my hiding spot was, it was pretty choice. But I leave it.
You
'cause
hid
you're my-
behind a wall of one of the broken buildings.
and I feel, and I don't know why I feel this way, but I feel lightly responsible for the situation.
I wonder why. I wonder
In
why.
a loose sense.
Who knows? Who knows?
So I'm gonna get behind the Baryon. And this thing has blades for feet and has a person like chopped up in its back and everything like that. Yeah, I'm just gonna assume it's hostile for probably the first time in the campaign, just because, you know, why not? And shoot at it with my crossbow.
Oh shoot! First shot.
Can
First
I-
attack.
If it wasn't hostile before, it certainly is. Not.
Actually, so here's a question: can I hold my bonus action, or is that something that has to happen all on my thing?
No,
You
wait,
get one
what?
action if you hold.
Readying your
but
action
I
is your
shoot and
action.
I hold Ivy back, so if it starts attacking Baryon, then
No.
so I should just hold my whole initiative until it gets here.
Yeah, I mean, you could lower your initiative if you like.
I feel like that's probably the best move in this instance because I
It
don't.
will permanently lower your initiative.
It will, but if I do this, then I'm only getting one shot on it as
Yep.
opposed to getting my full attack. Like,
Okay.
on. You know what? I will do a non-hostile action then, and I will cast Fairy Fire on it. So, you know.
Okay.
That's good, but also probably hostile. It probably doesn't
Here's
like
my
the-
thing. I'm not actually hurting it. So if somebody comes out and is like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa! What are you doing to my construction box?" I'm gonna be like, "Oh, I'm just making it."
Just
bright."
lighting it. I couldn't see it very well. I just
No
wanted to
big
be
deal,
able to see
guy.
it.
Okay.
It's
there's a
eternally
saving throw for
twilight
that,
here.
correct?
Serious saving throw.
He fails his save, and the
Yeah,
fairy
well,
fire takes
Owen's
effect.
Scores all over him.
Okay.
We mean you no harm. What are you even?
Okay.
What are you even doing in this situation?
Done?
Probably just say goodbye.
Done?
Yeah, that's very well. I have no other actions I can really take. I can take a step back from a Baryon, but then if the thing attacks him, then he's in a bad spot. So I don't do that.
Okay. So, unidentified creature 3, which is now illuminated nicely, capturing all of its horrific organic material repurposing gears, begins to approach. As it does, it begins climbing on one of the walls next to a Baryon,
No.
entering the threatened space.
I attack it. I use my reaction to attack it. I'm gonna
Attack it!
make that attack roll. There we go.
Let's see how that spear does. Come on, spear.
Actions, spear plus 7.
With it,
Rolling with advantage. Oh no! Oh god, those were both very bad rolls.
It's a hit.
But that's a hit.
Hang on, we lost him.
Oh shit. Oh, he's back.
I'm rolling, and that is 9 damage.
Very
2
nice.
plus 7 plus 2 plus 7 is 9.
Your spear lashes out, driving into the body, and as it does, it rears in pain, and then drives forward with its fangs, attempting to bite you.
Ooh.
Don't work. Don't work.
Fail.
Disadvantage.
Yeah.
And it misses as it gets fouled up by your spear.
Yeah. Baryon's the man.
So what is this thing like? Like you said, we got a good look at it. Can you just describe this for us?
Sure, it looks like a metal spider with blades at the end of its arms. Its body is transparent, where you can see the gears, as well as looks like a large funnel inside of it, which is where you see the little human remains slowly disappearing inside of it as the metal filament extrudes from its backside.
So it's a human Play-Doh fun factory.
Yes,
That's awful.
isn't it?
Absolutely awful.
Yeah, this is not good. I don't like this. I don't like it.
That's why I like plants.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, you never see any bad plants, you know? Only good plants. Not any.
You're organic. You're becoming organic again. It's like it feels like a cycle almost, as opposed to whatever is.
You said you're becoming organic again. I don't like that. Well, I don't know what that implies. I don't like what the message is there. Don't like that. All right.
I just want to fucking go home, man. I just want to fucking go home.
Nope.
I think a Baryon is a story that a lot of people can emulate with, you know? It's like a long day. You just want to fucking go home, man.
And then at the end of the story, he learns that we're his home.
I don't think that that's going to be the end of Avaryon's journey. Gonna go out on a limb here.
Oh, I do. I've got the perfect spell for you, Abaryon.
Damon, I need a stealth check from you.
Oh, great. You know how good I am at these. Natural 20.
Wow.
Yes. For a 21.
Okay. The other spider, you see it walk through the wall and then into the building.
Oh, that's not good. Or maybe that's great. I'll have to think about this a bit.
And just to be clear, it walked through the wall. It did not walk through an opening in the wall. It walked through the wall.
It literally destroyed a wall.
The wall
No,
is probably
it
made out of its
phased
webbing.
through the
The
wall.
wall is probably made out of its webbing, and it can freely move through its own webbing.
I don't like that. That's a bad move.
That's not good. That's bad.
That's a no.
Damon, you're up.
Well, I think I know exactly where I need to be, which is with my friends. So I will just very carefully start moving towards them. And once I get a little closer to my good friends, Damon will reach out with his clawed gauntlet towards Aberion and slowly close it into a fist. And as he does so, light begins to grow from Aberion's form, and his armor seems to grow a translucent plate on it, casting Shield of Faith on him. All right,
Okay.
Aberion, hold it back. And by the way, I think one of them can walk through walls and is right behind us. But good luck.
I try to process all that information as I'm dodging a giant metal death spider in front of me.
Okay.
And I end my
Is that
turn.
all? All right. Aberion.
All right, so Aberion is going to make a spear attack, thrusting into the clear carapace of this mechanical.
You get a critical threat, which, you just barely confirm for critical damage.
Greg, you crit.
As you deal 13 damage, obviously hitting a weak spot in its carapace.
Ooh, that's good. Finish it.
I'm gonna whack it with my bonus action, attacking with the butt end. Gonna smash its spidery skull in or face. They don't have skulls. Yeah,
Okay.
carapace. It's all carapace. I'm just
You
smashing it
again
in.
threat a critical hit.
My God.
I mean, hey, my crits. I
With
crit
a
on 19 and 20s.
And you confirm it again.
Wow.
Smash that thing in.
Clearly.
I want to go home.
As you smash with the butt of the spear, cracking its actual body open, the human remains begin spilling out as it topples over, falling to the ground, curling into its spider death ball.
Barion, that was amazing. Also, there's another one behind us, probably walking through the building.
I whirl my head around, hearing Damon saying this, and I use my movement to move until I am adjacent with him on the opposite side of where I currently am. So putting myself between any potential threat on the other side of the alley and him.
Understood.
And then I end my turn.
That was ridiculous.
Seriously. I think I'm like, where has this Aberion been?
Right?
This is apparently, wow. Yeah, apparently you just need me to roll all of your dice.
Seriously.
Thank
it's
you,
like,
George.
I've been stranded
I'd like to thank the
twice.
Academy. I'd like to thank George. I want to thank my mom.
Yeah, you need more internet fails more often,
oh
buddy.
no,
Your
my
rolls
internet's
were a
out. Sorry,
6 and a
George.
19, and then a 19 and 20 on the second attack.
Wow.
I mean, advantage does wonders. Like, really, honestly, this
really
is as
does.
much Rich's success as it is mine. Fairy Fire is like, really
honestly,
And since this
I'm
is
like
all
your
his
mom
fault-
in this instance. You're thanking me, but I wasn't in that movie, man.
All right. Speaking of, Levi, it's your turn.
Well, I feel like they have that, so I'm gonna take the time to study the spider. No, I turn around and I'm just pointing my crossbow down the way. I'm gonna get adjacent with Damon. You know what? I'm gonna stay where I'm at just because I don't want to bunch up too hard, just in case you can do anything crazy. I am gonna get adjacent. I get adjacent with Damon, and I've just got my crossbow out, and I'm just waiting for something to shoot. Like I'm just holding my whole initiative back until this thing shows up.
Okay. So you are holding your initiative back till after they go so that you can take your full turn. Oh, well, no, you can't do that if you move.
Then in which case, I just wait for a shot.
So you're taking the
Ready
ready in
action?
action to attack when it shows itself. Okay. It shows itself.
Oh boy.
Please not on me. Please not on me. Please not on me.
if it's, I'm whacking it. I'm just saying right now.
Oh yeah, you guys can get your attacks of opportunity as it leaps through the wall to your side on top of you all.
That sounds like a place I would want to be.
You both can get your attacks of opportunity.
Okay.
Oh my
That's
god,
awful.
another crit.
Oh
God.
my.
Oh,
So
I
to
rolled this one
confirm it,
myself.
Oh, I don't know why I rolled in the thing.
Oh, I got a 12. Okay,
Does an
that's not-
18?
12 plus 7, so
That's a confirm, I think.
that is a confirmed crit. So Baryon, make your damage roll.
I mean, that was almost max damage. That was a 5 and a 4, so that's 16. 16 damage.
Okay.
As it comes down from above, I like literally just like stab up into it as it like comes down, and I like launch it over me.
Okay. And
Hold
what
up
did
that
you
bitch.
roll, Levi?
I got an 18 to hit. Does that hit?
Yes.
I did 6 damage.
Woohoo! As it leaps from the wall, it's rocked by the spear as well as the crossbow, but it is not enough to destroy it, and it lands on top of you all.
Dexterity saves or just attack times?
Attack times.
Here's an
Much-
odd question. Could Damon try to hit it with his fist?
No, because you did not ready an action.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Did give
You
me the
used-
shield of faith though, so thank you.
Yes,
for
you
that.
used the shield of
It's
faith
about to
action.
go away.
If you lose concentration, okay. What's the order of operations? Does it just hit all? Like, do I have it at least for this attack?
What it does first is the stabs from its legs, which is going to be one on each of you, and then it will do its bite.
Classic spiders. Blades.
Yeah, with leg blade attack and then bite with its serrated razor blade.
I mean, if you had not all bunched up like that,
I was considering not. And then I was
Ow.
George is for the non-YouTube viewers. George is giving a sassy look to the camera.
wow, and it rolled 15 as the base 3 times in a row. So that is 19, 19, and 19.
Do I actually? Oh no, I
is
don't. 'cause I'm
awful.
7 plus 2. Fuck.
That is horrendous.
Does it miss you?
That just hits.
Does miss.
Does it say miss?
Does miss.
It does say miss. I don't know why it says miss though.
I'm 17 plus. Oh wait, no, I'm not because I got another point in my dexterity, so my
Oh, so
AC
you
went
have
up
a
to
20
18,
now.
So I have 20 AC.
Wow, you just saved.
So the shield of faith actually literally just saves me. Oh wow.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Damon.
For all of his bastard ways. He's got some gifts.
It comes through.
So, Damon.
Mm-hmm.
Oof. You take 9 damage, Damon.
As the
Levi.
blade slides into his gut.
Ugh. Not great.
Oh,
Levi, you take 10 damage.
Apparently I was
However-
concentrating on something. I don't know what.
Both of you make your concentration saves. Concentration for fairy fire.
Oh, I don't care about that.
it's dead. Yeah, it's dead.
I turned that off.
It's dying, not dead.
Oh, that's fair.
but fairy fire isn't on this guy.
No, it's
Nope.
not. And I can't move it. It's not a thing.
But the fact that Shield of Faith stays on is nice.
It
And
literally
then
stopped
that will be
bleeding, yeah.
hopefully very good because here comes the bite
Oh,
at Abarion.
no.
Yeah, I stabbed him the most. Go for me.
That was another 15 for a 19.
gosh.
What the hell?
Shield of Faith!
Did
Paying those
I
dividends?
accidentally put on fudging rolls somewhere? Because what the hell?
No. Everything's perfect. All of your crits were true crits. All of your 19s were perfect.
They were. I'm.
That was
I am in awe. I am
Roll
agog.
again.
I am aghast. I don't know what to say. Roll again.
I need
Is it
to...
just another 15?
Oh, okay. That one was a 13. So it is possible to roll something else. Just 4 15s in a row.
Hey, you know what? I as the guy who was all about analog, I think that all these rolls were pretty great.
Okay. And with that, it is now on top of you all.
Yeah, it sure is.
Damon, you're up.
Damon like gasps for air as blood is like dribbling down his mouth. Looks like his eyes are fluttering and he's like barely keeping himself up under the pressure of the spider and the blade that's like sinking out of his gut as it continues moving. And he like feebly brings up his hand and attempts a I don't even know if this will work, but it's his go-to. So Levi and Baryon start to hear bells ringing around them, low-toned, ominous bells as he tolls the dead on it.
If it works, that'd be great. It's got to be partially organic, right?
Oh, wow. He
I would just
fails
fail.
his save.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
It was on a 19 and then rolled over to a 3 for 5 damage.
Yes, 5 damage.
All right.
And then Damon
Anything
will
Can't even move.
yeah, Damon will just clasp his gut and go finish it. And he ends his turn.
Aberion.
I will oblige him. Bring down my spear, like twirl it through the air, and like try and skewer this thing right through its fucking face. Oh my god! I thought that was another 19 for a
I
second.
did too. I was like, what?
That was a 17 plus for a 24.
That hits.
So 11 damage.
As your spear stabs into it again, it curls back in pain before collapsing to the side, curling up again in its spider death ball.
Thank you, Damon and Levi.
I look for the first time less like wow, more like what is this thing?
If there's a wall next to Damon, Damon immediately like falls into it, just like clutching his gut, which you could see a large pool of blood building up in his gut.
I'll pull the spider leg like out of my like shoulder and rush over.
We need to find shelter.
Oh no.
Oh,
The walls.
no,
yeah.
no.
Yeah. Baron will. Oh fuck. Here come more of them. Oh god. Fuck.
Damon rolled an 18 for a 19.
Levi.
5 for a 7. I'm a little
9 for a 13.
distracted right now.
Yeah, I'm casting, so makes sense.
Damon, going through your fatigue and your injury, it really draws your attention to the corpse of this spider thing, where you get a good look inside, where you see millions of tiny little spiders running around inside of it, repairing the damage.
These things are repairing. We need to move or crush it.
Then, both Damon and Levi, you see at the end, the far end, the direction that you were heading, an almost humanoid figure materializes and turns its semi-translucent blue head towards you and gestures for you to follow. It then makes its way deeper into the city.
I push one of Ivy's seeds into Damon's gut wound, healing him for 12.
I don't think we have much of a choice. We need to go.
I absolutely fucking run that way. Is there any piece of this thing I can pick up?
Sure.
Okay, I do that.
It wouldn't always know where you are. It's gonna follow you.
Well, if there's little spiders on it, I'm like, oh, never mind. I just like drop that shit. But
There are little spiders on it.
I throw that shit away then. I'll figure it out later. I don't have time right now.
Okay.
Baron turns around to the ruined, like, crumbling wall and calls out for Calvin and Gadra. Calvin, Gadra, we must move. Hurry. And begins to move swiftly with purpose after the blue-faced man.
Yeah, I'll help with Godril just that way he can move faster.
Yeah, I like.
Okay. As you follow the blue figure, it begins to take more definitive shape in your travels. It begins to show the signs of a long robe, as well as some kind of large headpiece with protrusions coming from it, around where the face would be. But it's hard to get a good look at it from behind, as it is leading you through the streets of the city. However, if anyone would like to make a knowledge religion check, they may do so.
I don't think I have that.
Yes, I would.
Levi and Averion, you would be doing it at disadvantage.
Not even gonna try.
If it's not nature or arcana or history,
Man, of all the times, I rolled a 4 for an 11.
Okay.
and I don't think can you roll knowledge untrained?
Yes. Yes. In this system, you can. Yeah.
Then in which case, 9 for a 13.
Nope. Okay. You follow the figure through the streets. As you do, you notice that the buildings are becoming more and more destroyed. They look ruined, but it looks like the ruin came from a specific direction. And it is the direction that the figure is leading you.
We're going to the source.
Closer to death, the further from danger.
The closer we are to danger, the farther we are from harm. It's the last thing we would expect.
You continue to follow?
Yeah, we have no other.
There's nothing.
Okay. As you do, you hear the ticking of more of these claws, but they're further to the side. The path that this figure seems to be leading you on is skirting more of these creatures. Until eventually, the figure enters what looks like a clearing, and then dematerializes.
All right, well.
Where did we go now? I don't know where he went.
I'm gonna look around in that area. Could be an illusion.
Okay. As you step into the clearing, you can see what looks like a bowl-shaped divot in the ground. Very smooth inside of it, however, the edges are torn up and rocky. And down in the center of it, you can see 5 rectangular shapes standing upright.
Don't fucking puzzle me right now, George. Don't fucking puzzle me. Did it look like he did anything? Was he like, boop, boop, boop? Or like, did he just stand there and he went?
No, he crossed into this big thing, basically crossed the threshold into the bowl, and then dematerialized.
All right,
Did
yeah,
not interact with any of those things.
Cool. Then I'm just gonna, I say, when in, insert Metropolis for my world.
We don't have any choices. Let's go.
I just walk in as he did.
Okay, you walk in. You do not dematerialize. You find yourselves in the clearing, surrounded by buildings. As you get in, you can see that some of the buildings are halved at the edge of the dome shape.
I'm going to the bowl.
Yes, and at the edges of the bowl, you can see almost like it cut out sections of building. Like there should have been buildings going into this clearing.
But there are 5 rectangular, I guess, objects that persist in the bowl.
Yes.
And they're part of the bowl, or are they separate from the bowl?
They are coming from the ground in the bowl in a circle toward the center.
Yeah, I'm gonna go toward those.
Just gonna start, just studying them, trying to see if there's any sort of activation, if this is like another portal.
As you approach them, you can see that they are 5 doors.
Identical?
No.
Thank
I'm pulling
goodness.
up the description now.
We
There
have
is
Oh boy.
a silver door emblazoned with a sun, a black metal door etched with faintly glowing green lines, a wooden door with an odd symbol which seems to writhe as you watch it,
I like that one.
a black wooden door with a chain handle, and the smell of smoke seems to come from it, and then a rusted metal door with 8 scorch marks on it.
Well, clearly we use the keys that we have. I mean, we have the squiggly eyeglass key that goes with the squiggly line door. We've got the tentacle key. That one goes with the
This is no
creepy
time
elder-
for our prop jokes. We gotta find out which door we use.
Damon.
What are the keys? What are the keys for?
Damon, give me a knowledge arcana roll.
An eye arcana?
Oh,
Or it's
boy.
not my world.
Not your world.
Didn't think so. Totally cool.
This was the right time for that roll. So I rolled an 18 for a 27.
As you approach the doors, you begin to remember stories that you've heard. As you look around, the shape of this place and the doors themselves trigger the memory in you. Memory of stories of Sigil, the city of doors, an extraplanar city supposedly containing doors connecting all of the various planes and universes ever to exist.
Oh boy.
Holy sh! George! George!
Wait, do you think that our tower used to live here and it got ripped out?
I don't know if that's what this is, but I do know that there, in my world, there is a city that has. It's a fabled city. I've never been there myself, but there are ways in which it connects to many other realms, different places. Via, probably the most straightforward portal mechanics you could possibly think of. An array of ways to travel. I think there might be one of those here, or maybe all of these. No, they probably all in some way, shape, or form go to a different realm. But one of these might be to my realm. It would behoove us to try and figure it out.
You're gonna take what?
Just some dirt and grass.
There is no dirt or grass here.
all
This
metal.
is torn up like metal facsimiles of
At the edge of the
stone.
clearing was there?
It's metal that has been shaped into the form of stone to create a facsimile of what you would expect.
That's weird.
So Damon's gonna just like study the 5 doors and see if, from his memory of the stories of Sigil and whatnot, if any of these correlate or connect in any way, shape, or form to it. It's 5 specifically different doors. Shit.
Yeah.
No.
You got to pick the right one, or
they
we
did
get
not.
even more lost.
but as you study them, you are certain that whichever door you choose will have vast consequences.
Baryon is going to try a different approach as he sees Damon is observing the doors and Levi's kind of like just taking in his surroundings and writing in his notepad or whatever. Baryon is going to kind of walk out of the like the dome, like the concave thing, and he's going to kind of like speak out, like kind of like to the ghost person that disappeared. He's going to try and just like call out to him. Spirit, are you there? We are lost. We need to leave this place. You led us here for a reason. Can you give us some more guidance? We are lost.
A voice answers you from the city. I have brought you to the place where you can find what you need. From here you may be able to right the wrong that was done here, to save my city, and to save your worlds. But this will require you to be strong of heart, and it will require you to go to places unknown to anyone from your worlds.
Whatever the test, we will face it. Together we have faced much more fearsome things than I ever have before. But if you can offer us any guidance, which door do we enter? And what wrong is this that you speak of? What happened to your city?
This is where it began. This place was used in the ritual to join the worlds. Its nature as a joining of worlds used to breach the borders, and only here can it be undone. But the tethers must be broken. The worlds must be separated again before it can be so.
I understand, I think. Okay. So we just have to go back to the worlds and find these towers, and in the towers we have a way of separating whatever binds them into this world?
I do not know more than what I have told you. I know what transpired in my city. I know what led to the destruction of my people and me. And I know that you must set forth to stop this from happening again.
Very well. We will avenge you, and we will try to restore your city, as well as our own.
And the spirit materializes again. You can get the better image of her form, masked with blade-like protrusions around the headdress and robed figure, nods, and then vanishes.
Fucking Abaryon's out there talking to himself. He's losing it, man. We gotta figure out what door to take.
I know him. Just let me focus for a second.
Silver door emblazoned with a sun, black metal door etched with faintly glowing green lines, a wooden door with an odd symbol which seems to writhe as you watch it, a black wooden door with a chain handle, the smell of smoke seems to come from it, and a rusted metal door with 8 scorch marks on it.
Do I feel a kinship, like as far as like with Ivy and stuff like that, to the writhing one? Okay.
No. You feel nothing familiar about any of these doors. There is purely unknown
Gotcha.
energy emanating.
They are doors.
Yes.
That's all I know.
Just a question of note, does any of the actual symbology on any of these doors connect with any of Damon's learnings or experience from Namora?
Wasn't the one silver?
Damn it, George, stop giving me just a Russian roulette choice with a door.
And like, I'm sure it's not Russian. I'm sure like the people listening to this podcast are like hardcore D&D people are like, oh my gosh, how do they not know? It's like obviously the sea of basalt and then like the realm of osmosis and chaos. Like duh. Like how do these idiots not know it's a door to go?
We put a bag of holding inside of a bag of holding. Okay, I'm pretty sure we really put the bar way down.
Sorry,
Yeah, we threw it up. We threw the bar out the window and decided to just run. Okay, so Damon.
Yeah, you kind of skipped all the places where you could have gathered information on this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that sounds
like
about
a
right.
when you find your dad right away.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway,
yeah.
So Damon takes in all the doors for a moment, sweat dripping down his forehead as he tries to figure it out, and then he goes,
All right, we're gonna go to this one.
and he goes over to the silver door emblazoned with the sun.
Well, doesn't that look like your world? That probably is your world.
That's the hope.
And he grabs the door and opens it.
as you reach and touch the door, you can feel very strong energy coming from it, almost like your hand is touching the sun.
Ooh, hot, 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 hot.
Sounds like a Lamario.
Eddie opens it up.
You open it up and you see beyond it a glowing white sheen. Basically like what you saw with your portal. Glowing white. Not like your portal back home.
Oh.
Should we wait for Baryon?
Gonna close this.
Try to close the door.
You close the door. The door does not prevent you from closing it.
And then
Baron will make his way back down.
And then I real slowly creak it open to see if the portal is still emanating.
It is.
Okay, close it. Oh shit. Okay, and he scrambles over to the next door, black metal door, etched with faintly glowing green lines.
Maybe this one doesn't feel right though. Shoot.
The handle feels cold as you touch it. And as you open it, you see what looks like the night sky, but with endless stars and streaking things across it.
Oh, no, that's a bad door.
And he closes that one and goes to the next one, wooden door with an odd symbol, which seems to writhe as he watches
I'm
it.
just writing this down in my book, and I'm like, what is he basing on?
And he looks at it for a second, looks back at Levi, and is like,
You're jiving with this door? Whatever.
and he goes and he opens that door.
The door opens. The door itself, it does not it's not cold, it's not hot, but you feel it almost seeming to move in your hand.
So it feels just right.
And as you open it, yes, as you open it, on the other side, you see a wall of inky blackness, which almost seems to writhe.
No.
Close that door immediately.
That's the Cthulhu world.
And then he goes to the black wooden door with a chain handle, with the smell of smoke permeating from it. He goes,
I'm positive this is a terrible door.
Yeah, I'm not even. I'm looking at you. I'm like, why are you ringing that door?
Listen, you're a scholar. You've got to find out the hard way.
and he opens the door.
You open the door, and on the other side, you see not a solid sheet like you've seen with the other one, but rather like a cloud of steam. And from within, you can feel roaring flame.
Oh, well, that one will probably kill us.
And I close the door, and then I go to the last door, a rusted metal door with 8 scorch marks on it. Takes a deep breath and opens the door.
You open this door. As you touch it, the metal feels soft and brittle, almost like it's going to collapse in your hand. And as you open it, you see what almost looks like a wall of dust particles writhing in a storm.
Damon hates writhing, so...
I do.
And I close the door.
Shoot! All these doors look icky and bad. Okay.
Spoke with the spirit who led us here.
With the who? You did what?
I spoke with the spirit who led us here.
Well, which
The
door did they
people
say
were
we go in?
destroyed in the calamity, the ritual which caused all of this chaos. This is the center. This is where it all happened.
The spiders?
Not the spiders. Everything. The convergence of all of our worlds.
That's a big deal.
Yes. And only we can fix it. She warned us that there would be trials that we had to face that no one has ever faced. So whatever the worst trial you can expect, I guess we're going there next.
Damon hasn't been listening. You see him opening the first door and going,
I don't really know. Maybe this is the door.
I look back at Damon and I look at Baron. I'm like, us.
Yes.
The whole
We are the
multi-
ones. We have to fix this. And we must face the trials ahead. I assume the first trial is picking the right door?
I actually do, as Levi, like stifle a laugh because the absolute ludicrousness of the situation is like now fully just kind of like just there.
Yeah, as that goes on, Damon is running past both of you to another door, to the wooden door, and he opens that one. Goes,
Maybe it is the writhing one. I don't know.
Calvin,
closes.
have you any idea as to what any of these doors are pertinent to?
Calvin turns and stares at you, mouth slightly agape, like, what the fuck?
I don't know. You're a more learned type than I am, at least from where we come from.
He gives you an incredulous look. Not like this.
All right, well, it was worth a shot, okay?
All right. I'm going with my instinct. We're going to the silver door.
and he goes over to the first door.
God. We're about to walk into a sun. The smirk on George's face right now. I'm not excited.
And he opens the door and goes,
Well, if you believe in what I'm choosing, follow. Otherwise,
Could you just maybe put just your hand through the door and see what happens, and then pull your hand?
I'll actually walk up and I'll say, I'll go first, just like the last portal, yeah.
okay.
and he takes a step back and lets Levi in.
Just like the last portal that got us here. Oh, God.
No, that was actually, yeah, I guess I have led us through each portal.
You've
So,
led us
yeah,
through
that's fair.
everything, and every time it's been terrible.
And again, very subconsciously, I feel oddly responsible for reasons I can't possibly process. But Levi actually kind of tightens Ivy around himself, almost for comfort. So rather than just being around his arm, it goes more around the chest area. And I'm like, All right, whole universe, no big deal. Just another day, and I just walk through the portal.
Okay. Levi disappears through the portal.
I will try and come back. Obviously, I don't
He
think
does
that's
not
gonna be
come back.
possible. Yeah, I didn't think so.
Damon's mouth goes agape momentarily, and he turns to Baryon.
I really thought he was just going to put his hand in. I didn't think he was going to.
I thought that's what I said to do.
I'm pretty
I
sure
think
that's exactly what you said, but
that's what we said. Okay, well, there's nowhere to go but forward.
do you want to try the hand thing, or do you just want to?
At this point, it's not worth it.
Yeah, pretty moot. Okay, let's go.
Baryon walks through.
Damon as well.
Okay. Each of you walks through the
I
portal.
hope Calvin and Godril come through. I don't know what's happening over there.
You walk through into the light. You feel the warmth surrounding you, the heat, the fire, as you step forward into this new world. Welcome, adventurers, to Exalted.
Oh yes!
Thank you so much for taking the time to enjoy our show. Come back December 21st when we will begin the next chapter and a new release schedule. Starting with this new game, we'll be releasing one episode every week rather than multiple every 2. Meanwhile, if you're ready for a live experience, follow our Twitch channel at twitch.tv/RPGBlender. And if you missed our past live episodes or are interested in some RPG tutorials, find us on YouTube at The RPG Blender. If you want to stay up to date on our releases, you can find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at RPG Blender, or subscribe on your podcast app of choice. We also have a tip jar and merch store if you'd like to contribute to improving this show. Links in the description. Music is The Punk Rock Show by My Free Mickey, copyright 2012, licensed under a Creative Commons Attribution License. Thank you again, and remember, there's gaming outside the Forgotten Realms.
Oh boy.
But also,
I knew...
Exalted is terrifying. But I love Exalted.
Oh boy. Our first world change. It's gonna get real.
I fucking love Exalted.
So basically, the way that this is going to work is as you go to another system, you will make a new character in that system, but your D&D character exists inside of that character's brain, and you can, in moments of stress, tap into your D&D character's abilities if needed in the moment.
Fuck, I'm a Russian doll.
Holy shit, that's fucking crazy.
So,
Oh my God.
question. Me and Craig have played in this system. Do we shunt into those bodies?
You do not have to, no. You
But
can.
can
You don't
I?
have
Yeah,
to.
that was
Yes.
great. I love that shit. That was great.
Yes, you can.
my
Obviously, like, we'll discuss that, like, as it gets closer to the session and everything like that. So if it makes sense, but if it's like, no, you're normal person, people, you don't have any kind of spark, so, you know, the Dragon Inquisition isn't trying to murder you, makes more sense not to be fucking Smiling Mountain, so maybe I won't. You know, whatever makes sense.
Okay.
Or if you're like, no, you have to, you made that bed, then, you know, then
Holy
that's the
crap,
bed we
this is
live.
amazing. Holy crap. Can I just say this is such a cool concept, and
Oh, yeah.
I love the execution of it. It's just phenomenal.
Good.
It's
I just have a tiny question. Was one of those doors Alpha Complex?
No.
Oh, I'd have fucking. I'd
Was
have
one of
lost
those
my
doors
mind.
actually to Sigil?
This is
No,
the sigil.
you were in Sigil.
Oh, I was in Sigil.
Yes, that was Sigil.
I misunderstood.
That was the destroyed Sigil.
That's
I
why
see.
That's why I feel like when we get back home, I want to look around and be like, did the tower get ripped out of Sigil? Like, is that like the like flump?
No.
All right. Well,
just astral monsters, astral beasties.
I mean, those could just be from other fucked up worlds.
Yeah, we don't know.
So,
We
hope
never
you all
will.
had fun.
Yes.
Yes.
horrifying and great.
Jesus.
Jeez,
Yes.
crow.